There is no magic. As a kid, I believed there was. And by magic, I mean the feeling that I was destined for great things. I could feel it in rocks, see it in the moonlight and rolling green hills, and hear it whispered on the breeze as it passed through the swaying treetops. All of nature seemed to be sending me messages on the subject. Man's symbols, too, would yield and spell out my future. If this traffic light turns green the very moment I wink, then one day I will be a hero among men. Now I am a man, and I know that nature is at best indifferent to me, and that man's symbols do not contain secret messages for the sacred few. These symbols are abstract, their meaning arbitrary, their language obscure, and no truth contained therein beyond cold utility. There is no transcending this. Transcendence is but a parlor trick you play on yourself. And now as I lie on the couch in my own home, I am yet somehow homesick and heartsick, dope-sick, alone and every minute becoming more so, like all the stars sailing through the universe at the speed of light, further away from their source and each other. I am forever cast adrift, confined within myself and floating away from all things without. It is at this moment that there is a knock at the door. In my mind, I picture a salesman or a religious delegate. I picture friends who should know better than to drop by uninvited, and so I ignore it. They knock again, loudly, either with the hope of curtly dispatching this visitor, or just to break the monotony. I go to the door. I swing it open to reveal a man whose image strikes the apparatus of my entire memory like a bolt of lightning. Who is he? Is it my ego incarnate? Is it my late father? Why do I feel as safe as a child in mother's arms, yet heroic enough to go to war? My brain tells me that what I'm seeing does not compute, as though I had opened the door just in time to see a jumbo jet collide with a saber-toothed tiger. It is without a doubt the actor Harrison Ford. And so there on my sad, raggedy porch, over the span of minutes or perhaps hours, he told me the story of how many years ago my father had saved his life. Desperate to repay him, he asked my father what could he give him in return. My father told him he wanted nothing except a promise that if one of his children ever needed saving, but if he himself was no longer alive, for Harrison to intervene. Harrison then explained how he had been watching me over the years from afar, and that he was here today to fulfill that promise. Suddenly I could feel something I had not felt in many years. I could hear it on the breeze as it passed through the swaying treetops. The nature of all good things knelt down and kissed my very spirit and whispered, "You belong with us." And I knew that Harrison Ford was here to help me resurrect and see through to fruition all of my long-forgotten dreams. "Pack light and quickly," he said. "The rest will be provided for." I did so. We hopped in the car and sped off, my heart racing, Callista Flockhart at the wheel, the world of man flying by the window. I could see now that the symbols there were divine, symbols from which one's cosmic destiny could be perceived, or at least if one's destiny was great. As we walked through the airport, I watched people watching Harrison, and watching me with him. My loved ones had been summoned to surprise me and see us off. Tears of joy streaming down their faces. What a sight we all were. There was an aura about us then, so strong that I wouldn't have been surprised to learn that it could literally be seen. And as we were about to board, I thought of my father and wondered, how had he managed to keep such a secret?